Whatever you want, you gotta go take it. No. Ain't nobody can give it to you. Let's go take what we want.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Once owner Mark Davis got the Raiders to Las Vegas, he started cleaning up the business side of the building. And this offseason, after all the drama with John Gruden, he had to clean up the football side. So he hired former New England Patriots GM Dave Ziegler and offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels to be his GM and head coach. And they're doing a good job of cleaning up the football side of the building for him. The hires they're making are just as good as the hires they are so far. Patrick Graham, a well-respected defensive coordinator, has been a Raider a few days now, and the Raiders just made another big-time hire on that side of the ball, hiring former Carolina Panthers defensive passing game coordinator and secondary coach Jason Simmons for the same role. The Panthers were ranked number 4 in pass defense in 2021, so you have to say that Simmons did a good job. So what makes a good coach? The ability to get players to trust you and do what you say, right? Well, this is what Simmons had to say about his players buying in when he first took over in 2020.
That they're coming along, that guys are buying in to what we're telling them, that they're becoming a cohesive unit. You know, it was tough sledding early, particularly starting off with no OTAs, but guys are buying in. They're buying into each other, and they're playing together.
When you say that they're buying in, what are the specifics of what they're buying into? What are the biggest differences you see from maybe heading into week 1 to right now going into week 5?
The differences are just the understanding of the scheme. You know, we're picking up guys. You know, Rasul Douglas got in a week before the first game. You know, and it's all new terminology. You know, you can put it in on the board, but actually putting in and seeing the guys be able to execute it on the field is a different thing, and particularly versus a different opponent. So we're going through that process during the season that you usually go through, you know, in OTAs. But, I mean, when I say buying in, the guys believe what we're telling them, and they're doing what we're asking them to do. So that's the best thing.
Another part of being a good coach are the types of players you can attract. Remember Rasul Douglas, whom the Raiders inexplicably cut in training camp before he went on to the Green Bay Packers to have a good year this year? Well, Simmons had him in 2020.
Well, because you brought up Rasul Douglas, I want to ask you about him. He came in, made a huge impression in his first game, despite only being in the building 2 or 3 days. And from what I've heard, he's made a big impression in the locker room as well. How do you describe what he brings to that secondary?
Well, the biggest thing I can't even tell you, just more so to the team. I mean, the identity that Coach Rule is looking for are tough, hard-nosed guys that play hard and enjoy playing football. And he like embodies all of those attributes. So that's why he just fit right in.
Douglas is a free agent this offseason, and so is Stephon Gilmore, whom Simmons had in 2021 and learned from. It says here defensive passing game coordinator Jason Simmons is quick to admit he's also trying to learn from the way Gilmore prepares and plays as much as the young players do. That's going to help me as a coach, Simmons said simply. So last week, as the Panthers were preparing for the Falcons, being able to see Gilmore's anticipation unfold in real time was impressive to him. Going in, he's always had the reputation, Simmons said. Guys know who the cerebral guys are. He's always been looked at as an uber-talented player, but also a cerebral player. He studies concepts, understands formations, understands players and their stances and their mannerisms. Then Simmons laughed and said, without giving too much away. But he talked about how he guards each individual route, Simmons said. He understood and welcomed the matchup versus Pitts. He said on each play how he'd play each route and each guy. It was great for him to articulate that. Simmons also coached Charles Woodson when he was with the Green Bay Packers, so he had to learn just as much, if not more, from him. It says here, Simmons used to work for the Packers and some guy named Charles Woodson. Maybe you've heard of him. He's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, too. Your great ones have it, Simmons said. I was fortunate to be around Charles Woodson in Green Bay. Similar type of player. Talking about Gilmore. Always looking to make plays. That's what the great ones do. They look for opportunities to make plays when they present themselves. They take advantage of it. It was the same thing on that route. He, being Gilmore, knew exactly how he was going to play it, how he was going to defend it, what picture he wanted to show the quarterback, and then take it away. Woodson kind of reminds me of Steph, Charles said. I think he meant Simmons said. Everybody sees it. I'm just willing to go get it. It's really that simple. The great ones do that. And Steph is in that same category. If you're a Raider fan, you have to love the way this is shaking out. The Raiders have a good GM now. They have a good head coach now. They have a good defensive coordinator now. And you can see the position coaches are coming in and they're making good hires there too. So now the question is, how many good players are coming with these coaches? Especially Simmons right now. Can he get Douglas to come back to Las Vegas? Can he bring Gilmore with him? Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.